pondered the ethical dimensions of covert illegal implantation and government backdoors to active implantable medical devices. It's a deeply unsettling subject that brings to the fore some of the murkier aspects of modern medicine and technology. It's happening in the shadows, and it's time we shine a light on it. The term medjacking and brainjacking might sound like something out of a science fiction novel, but it's a stark reality for a number of individuals around the globe. It refers to the state where active implantable medical devices, IMDs, AIMDDs, are hijacked for illegal uses and new types of remote therapy and monitoring. These devices in today's era digital personalized medicine marked for dual usability include SaaS cloud services on the RF spectrum infrastructure and other communication-enabled methods, wireless body area networks and AMP, wireless body sensor networks actuators, and implantable energy harvesting generators. Many types of devices has being weaponized like psychiatric speech processor or like the MEA microelectrode arrays, microstimulators, neurostimulators, spinal cord stimulators, wireless contraceptive drug delivery implants, DBS deep brain stimulators, SCS spinal cord stimulators are meant to aid those with medical conditions, not to be used as weapons of torture. And the worst are the military secret service espionage agencies, and sometimes incorporated with chronic ambulatory programs and offenders programs that run by Department of Justice and advanced neuroweapons implants. Internet of Nano Things and Internet of Bodies. Important to mention these technologies where always exist but secretive, but that's exactly what's happening. These devices, once implanted, are being used non-therapeutically, causing physical, emotional, and mental torture to the victims. The perpetrators use remote control, telemetry systems to manipulate the victims' minds and bodies, fabricating false evidence and neutralizing the victim's ability to prove their assault. Such practices are not just the work of rogue individuals. They are perpetrated by organizations, some of them surprisingly well known. My opinion. In Israel, for instance, the clandestine service Mossad has been implicated in conjunction with other nations' intel agencies. From my own story, I was born in hospital that was known to kidnap babies. Or alternatively, you can say that 10 mothers are still waiting for answers about their missing babies. Generally speaking, missing babies were a common thing in Israel during a time when racist eugenics forced sterilization programs were common, and eugenics was embraced by most academic university institutes. Was it institutionalized? The Israeli government still denies victims were implanted with devices from birth, a practice that seems to be copied from the American CIA's MKUltra program, and psychiatry was widely used for the cover-up. The victims are not only tortured remotely, but they are also subjected to gang stalking and gaslighting campaigns with agents on the ground and car Stasi, poisoning break-ins and physical sabotage. They are even incorporated into international covert law enforcement investigations. Their medical files are manipulated, psychiatric files fabricated, all to cover up the targeting. Some victims, mainly in the US that I know of, were able to gather some evidence such as X-rays and CT MRI scans, anomalous devices installed in their bodies. Horrifying as the fact is that today's implants technology is the special use of materials, which are proof to conventional medical imaging. I was kidnapped to military facilities as a child, and to several places as an adult, had a near-death experiences, heart and brain strokes, all simulated remotely. And physical pain victims' brainwaves can be manipulated remotely even while undergoing truth machine examination. The perpetrators use artificial intelligence and remote control communication channels to communicate with the devices directly to the brain and body organs, and can induce psychosis via overstimulation. Psychiatry's view is that these practices are hidden under the guise of clinical necessity, sealed away in internal files, and protected by a hands-off policy. But they are anything but necessary. They are cruel, they are unethical, and they are illegal. The horrific side is that there could be a third party in the remote control and monitoring of this dual usability implantable devices, that is the government agents and their secret research authority. So what can be done? It starts with awareness. It starts with understanding the reality of these practices and the organizations involved. It starts with not turning a blind eye to the victims. And it continues with you. Spread the word. Fight against this injustice. Stand up for the victims. And together we can end this horrific practice.